Ready? Let's clap at the same time.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
All right. Oh, my jacket makes a lot of noise.
You have to hold it?
Or like, I think it'll be better.
Okay. Like ASMR.
All right. Welcome. Welcome to episode. Should we release the previous episode?
Nah.
Actually?
What do you think?
I'm down not to.
I'm down.
I'm down not to either.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Episode 2
Yeah, this is episode 2
of season 2.
Sorry, you won't get to see our previous one. But today, let's introduce ourselves. Eric, why don't you kick us off?
Hello, I am Eric.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Joel. All right.
Welcome to Kozy Talks.
Yes.
Welcome to Kozy Talks.
Well, I gotta get back into it.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about what we learned throughout COVID. Specifically, like peak COVID, like
When was
in the beginning,
Oh.
Like the spring or the summer?
like when everything was like kind of popping off and like
So 2020.
Like April.
Yeah. like the people buying toilet paper COVID.
Oh
like, type of
shoot.
thing.
Yeah.
Costco COVID.
Yeah, Costco COVID.
Okay.
You know, staying home,
Uh-huh.
doing a lot of reflection,
Right.
thinking.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we've all changed
Oh, okay.
or like learned something about ourselves like as individuals throughout that process.
Sure. How about we do like that peak COVID, but also now? You know what I'm saying? So like that's like almost 2 years. Can you believe that? It's almost been 2 years.
Because it's 2022 January.
Right.
COVID popped off 2020 March.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
insane.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I guess we could talk about how do we feel about that? How do we feel about COVID? You know.
Honestly, I can start us off.
Yeah.
I feel very. I feel like me and Eric we graduated high school class of 2018. I feel like our year low key had it the best.
The best.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain,
Explanation.
like, perspective. For example, like your year. For your college year, you lost your senior year. You know
My
what I'm saying?
second half.
Yeah, the second half.
Sure.
So you weren't able to like walk for graduation.
Right.
Everything was very like sensitive for like meeting in person and doing
Sure.
everything. So hanging out for your senior year or like senior trip maybe after it was like kind of tough.
Right.
And then on the other hand, like let's say the class under us, like they lost half of their freshman year of college.
Right.
So they were kind of caught in like that awkward middle of like, oh, I was just making friends.
Right.
But now, oh, fudge, like they're my friends, but I feel like I don't really know them. And I'm a junior in college now. Like, oh, fudge, you know what I'm saying? Or
True.
like the class under them, they lost their entire freshman experience.
Right.
Ever. And
then
even like their senior year of high school.
Half of the senior year in high school. Right.
Yeah, so like I feel like they lost very large, important milestone
True.
years of their like education or like high school, college years. But on the other hand, for us, like we had our entire freshman year.
Right.
Like, we made our friends. We got to play. Did all that, and then we had our first half of sophomore year. We like knew our friends.
Right.
And then I feel like losing the second half of sophomore year and junior year, like I didn't mind. Like okay, like online, like I'm cool. Like I don't mind doing that.
Sure.
And like right now, we're back.
Right.
Like, for our senior year, we're back in person. Looks like we're gonna be able to graduate like with everything in person going on. So I feel like for us, out of like these past like 4 classes and like of students, we had it kind of like not the most painful.
Sure.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Because it was definitely like the most insignificant year. Because like freshman year, I think is the most important. That's where you like make all your friends.
Right.
And especially if you dorm, like you're going to make a lot of friends. And yeah, sophomore year, I got to dorm again, and then like leaving, I was like pretty happy at the start of COVID because like like online school is so much easier. But yeah, and then we just lost like
2 more years almost.
almost.
Yeah. Honestly, online school was nice.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it was nice because I was able to finally kind of have my time. Like, cause I was so busy going out, like meeting people,
Sure.
like now I was able to just do my school, and then I was just focusing. Cause before I never focused on school.
I see.
Yeah, but anyways, what about you? How was it for you?
It was like a mixed feelings for me because I think for me that senior year I was on the brink of getting burnt out because I was, of course, I was taking like senior classes and one of the hardest business class. Strat, yeah.
Shout out,
Sherwin.
Sherwin.
And then what happened was I was interning too. I was I was working, so I was doing work that, and then I did school, and then I was a lot of extracurricular activities. So I was like feeling, I'm like, dude, this is tough. You know what I'm saying? And then once COVID hit, everything went online. Even my internship went online. So I was able to breathe a bit. You know what I'm saying? I was able to breathe. So I think the first couple months, I felt good. And then. But once it was a graduation, all I got was a box. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, what's up? Pretty much. It's
first applied.
Yeah, it's just I just got a box with a clapper. You know what I'm saying? You know that hand thing that claps?
Like this?
Exactly. So that's all I got. But luckily, I was able to walk a year later. I was able to walk. In 2021, which is good. So honestly, I think in the beginning of COVID, I was like, I guess it was a refresher. You know what I'm saying? It's in terms of physically, I'm like, dude, I felt I was able to rest, and so it was cool.
Yeah. But then I feel like too much of that, too much rest can get, too much of anything is not always a good thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for me, I loved it in the beginning, but then obviously it got tough, towards the later months of 2020.
Sure.
Because back then, that was when we were like, oh, it should be getting better. You know what I'm saying? It'll be better in a month or 2 months. I remember back in 2020, I was like, dude, worst case scenario,
June.
Yeah, June. Worst case.
I was planning my trip to Korea. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to Korea.
Actually,
see you later, man.
And even in June, worst case, December. But we out here in 2022, Omicron out here.
Yeah.
So I think that was definitely the toughest because just it's never ending.
Sure.
And right now I've kind of accepted to the point where it's gonna be here forever.
Oh, 100%.
It's just matter of time of getting if I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
Before I used to be oh, COVID, no.
No.
It's still serious, but right now I'm just kind of all right, it's cool.
No, to be honest, me too. I'm I see a lot of my friend groups in my friend groups people getting it, but I'm you know that meme where when you're dodging all that COVID, you know what I'm saying? It's I feel I've been dodging all of that. Did you guys get COVID yet?
I've never gotten COVID.
Oh, you haven't got tested yet, right?
I did the home test because I thought in December I thought I had it, Omicron. But I did 2 home tests, but it came out negative.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
I don't know. I might have had it before.
Honestly, me too. So many people, especially the past 2 months,
right,
have been getting crazy COVID.
No, for sure.
I was at 2 retreats. In December.
Oh, what? Yo, that's crazy.
And then the first retreat, couple came out. I got messages saying hey, this person got COVID. And for me, I'm oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Okay, for sure. But thankfully, I didn't get it, and I wasn't with close contact with any of them, or majority of them. And then the week later, I had another retreat.
Oh God.
Everybody got COVID. Everybody got COVID at that retreat, and we were doing it at church. Okay, not obviously not everyone, but a gang load of people got COVID. And then we decided to do the last day remote.
Oh wow.
So it was in the middle of the retreat.
Oh God.
And then we were oh man, what do we do? And then we decided to switch to online. And then
the last night of retreat.
Yeah, that was on Zoom. Basically. And we just made it a half day in the daytime thing, and so many people came into close contact or got tested positive.
Yeah.
So it was just me and 3 other people in that huge sanctuary.
Oh God.
And we were just streaming everything, and it was kind of crazy how everything just switched up last minute, because I feel I want to talk about this so bad. I just remember.
Okay, go.
What?
I have a theory of why COVID popped off so much within like the Korean community these past like
What do you
3 months.
mean Korean? Okay.
Okay, it's not just like a lot. I feel like COVID popped off in so many churches this past like in like November, December, January.
Okay.
More than usual.
Okay.
Like so many people, especially the Korean people, like maybe it's just okay. Obviously, it's like
Sure.
everyone,
Uh-huh.
of course.
Yeah.
But for me, it just seems like everyone around me was getting it,
Uh-huh.
and everyone around me is Korean. So like, it's so
What's your-
stupid.
Go ahead, Daniel, go for it. You're building it up. You gotta say it now.
Okay, like everyone's getting COVID. I was like,
Alright.
why are these Asian people getting COVID around me?
Right.
And I thought, man, what was something that happened?
Okay.
Like was there like a gathering of Koreans or Asians around here recently? And then it hit me.
What?
BTS concert.
Yo.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yo. Bangtan. Bro.
Everyone went to the BTS concert.
That's facts.
That's
Like,
true.
I don't know if like I'm just like stupid or conspiracy theory, but I'm telling you, like all these COVID cases, I feel like popped up
Right.
hard after the BTS concert.
But I don't know though.
Yeah, I don't know
though. But
I don't know though. You know, like
That's
I
true.
just got sprinkled in the. It's just my
BTS.
thought.
Yeah,
but I'm
no.
telling you, like pre BTS, because that concert was huge.
Sure,
And
yeah.
I feel like every other story that I'm on my Instagram, like
Was BTS.
everyone was at the BTS concert.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then the next week, everyone getting COVID.
Yeah, it's true.
And like, you know, people dance at the BTS concert.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure germs be flying.
That's true.
Omicron be flying.
Yeah.
So that was just my theory.
There's no articles about it. Like, oh, BTS. Like,
Dude, we
you
should
know,
write
like,
one.
BTS.
If we write that, we get stoned. Like,
the
coming
army.
over. Like, I bet you, like, I know I can't be the only one who thought it.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I am. But like,
That'll be interesting.
yeah. But I feel like if somebody even were to write an article about it, all the army stands would be like,
Oh, yeah.
no, BTS would never.
Cancel.
Yeah.
Because even BTS members got COVID
Oh, they did?
after the show. I think like 2 or 3 of them did.
Oh, shoot.
You can fact check me.
Anywho.
Anywho. But yeah, I mean, that was just off topic about the COVID and like everything popping off. But yeah, that's my theory.
Uh-huh.
Quick side theory.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That can be maybe our video title. Did BTS cause
Yeah.
COVID? That would get hella clicks.
That would be interesting.
That would get hella clicks, but I feel like
That would be a lot of dislikes. A lot of dislikes.
I feel like we get like freaking destroyed by that. But anyways, let's shift gears a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you learn throughout since 2020? Let's split it into 2.
Sure.
2020 to 2021.
Uh-huh.
Like early COVID.
Right.
When
yeah,
you were
the
at
first
home.
before and then like about before vaccines and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then
Pre-vax.
pre-vax. Okay.
So we'll use those terms to
Okay.
describe our stories.
Okay.
Pre-vax, post-vax.
Sure.
Yeah. Eric, want to start us off? How was it for you?
So just like a summary of what happened 2020, like March or April. I remember in like January and or February, like articles started coming out about COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just remember me and my like suite mates at Biola were like laughing about it. Like people were like scared of like Chinese people. Like that was like
Oh yeah, the
a thing.
xenophobia.
Like on,
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
The Wuhan virus.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, like they were making up like theories. Like it was a joke. Like it was a meme. Like we
It
would
was.
like people laugh about it online and stuff. And then in March, when it like spread like crazy, and we had to go home, like all of us were like, wait, no way, like this is like serious. And then that's when like the toilet paper thing happened.
Oh yeah.
And then I was just so happy because like I was like on the same page as you. I was like burnt out because I was taking physiology.
Oh shoot.
And then I was like, dude, like I need a break.
Sounds tough.
Physiology.
Yeah.
And my addiction of games was like hitting me.
What games though?
Primarily League of Legends, but then Valorant came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh what?
Like
during that time?
during COVID.
Oh wow.
I think right.
Oh,
Some,
Like,
I started
around, like,
I started
May?
playing Valorant around May. That's when I
Oh,
bought a
I see.
PC
I
so I
see.
could play.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, beta came out in like April, and then we played.
I see.
But yeah, I was like so psyched to like just play games like mindlessly. So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I was just like living the life of a streamer.
Yeah. I remember I visited him.
On my birthday.
Yeah. So I drove to Torrance with some
Okay.
friends to see him on his birthday in April,
Okay.
April 2020. And then like we bought like a little 85 slice cake and a boba to say happy birthday. He opened the door. I didn't recognize him.
No way.
He was like pale, like
Yeah.
super skinny.
Oh, gosh.
Like I could see the bones on his face and like his collarbones, and I was like,
Dang.
and he walked in and he walked out and he was like, this is the first time I'm seeing the sun
No.
in like days.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
Dude,
that's tough.
that is weird. That's crazy.
Also, remembering, like, I was, like, mildly, like, depressed. Like, I wasn't depressed, but
Sure.
I was, like, emotional. Like, I didn't eat, because calf. Shout out to
Oh, dude, calf.
Viola.
I missed that, dude.
Like, I love food, but that, like, eating calf every day really made me, like, not want to eat. That's why I lost, like, 20, like,
Yeah.
I lost, like, 20 pounds.
Dude, I need
So,
that.
like, you could see my,
I need that.
Same.
just eat calf every day.
Go ahead.
But yeah, you could see like my skull and like it's pretty
Skull.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like his face was so defined.
Oh my god.
Like you could see lines like in every part of like his
Dude.
face.
But I didn't like recognize like myself.
Oh shoot.
Oh, I mean, I didn't recognize that.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" I was like, "What? What's?"
I'm
like,
chilling.
yeah.
I see.
But yeah, basically for like 3-4 months, I was like living the life of a streamer because that's like my like childhood dream.
Oh dang.
Just playing games for like.
Did you
a
stream or
living.
anything? No.
No.
Have you
Who's
ever?
gonna watch me? Like,
Why not?
Okay, either you have to be good or you have to be really funny.
I
Yeah.
see.
And like when I play games, I just get mad.
That could be funny.
That could be funny.
Yeah, maybe I have to like smash my keyboards, but yeah.
So that's the pre-vax life.
Pre-vax. Okay.
Yeah, until like the summer. And then in the summer, I was like, wait, like this is kind of like getting boring. But, like, I want to like go out now.
Hmm.
And then that's when people like just like got sick of COVID. Because they thought
Facts.
it would be done in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, I'm just going to go out. Like, who cares? But I went out like once a week. And then I think that's when like some restaurants were open, like just outdoor. So like
Oh,
once a
dude.
week.
That's when they start building all the
That was
outdoor.
game,
Yeah.
that was actually game changer.
In the parking lots.
Yeah, dude, I actually love that.
But that's why it got worse.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they shut it down like a month after.
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
That's true.
And then after that was like my first like realization of like, oh wow, like spending time with my friends or like outside is like very like it's very nice, and like I was taking it for granted. Like even though I like hung out with them online, like it's different if you're like, you know, like
In person.
physically with them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just catching up with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like being in their presence is like different. So like that's what I like looked forward to like every week or like whatever we did.
Because
And-
even at Biola too, like your freshman and sophomore year, you were like in the dorm.
yeah, I
like
was
all the
pretty,
time.
like isolated sophomore year at least. But,
Mhm.
yeah. Then I was like, yeah, and then yeah, I took like a gap semester for school. And I just worked. Oh yeah, I just worked at Boba Time. That's all I did. I just
Torrance
worked.
Boba time.
Yep. Boba Town legend. Drink,
Yeah, I just-
drinks for 5 cents.
Yeah, I just worked and then played games. And then that was like pre-COVID. But I hung out like try to hang out with like Joel and like my Torrance friends at least like once a week. And then, yeah,
Yep.
just like time with friends is like really nice.
Yeah.
Pre-vax.
Pre-vax. I think for me, well, during that, of course, I was staying at home. But for me, it's so hard for me to stay in one place.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge extrovert, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard for me to just stay in my room
Yeah.
for hours.
Yeah.
It's so tough. And I think, so for me, like, early on, like, I didn't, like, hang out with a whole bunch of group of friends, but I think I hung out with one group of friends, like, pretty often. Because a lot of my high school friends were still in their schools or whatever, and they slowly came back. But, I started just like hanging out with one group of friends and I monitored all the interactions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all just hung out with one group and we'd like play basketball outside. We like do small things together, and I think that I really enjoyed that. So I had that until like I don't know, until like summer, and I started working in August full time, so I was getting busier. But pre-vax, dude, I think when they opened up a lot of the shops outdoor, that was game changer for me. Because for me, it's like it was so tough eating at home.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
to
saying?
going everything and then like
To-go and everything.
eating out the trunk in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's just
Did
like-
that so much.
Yeah, that's like tough for me. And then I think, you know what's interesting? Like, wearing masks and being inside, and like I think for me, when I first smelled, this might be weird. Like smelled cigarettes.
Okay.
I was like, wow, because that reminded me of being outside. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Because no one smokes indoors. You know what I'm saying? So when I was like, one time I was like walking around the park and I smelled someone smoking. I smelled like the cigarette, and I'm like, dude,
whoa,
this is so like
throwback.
You know what I'm saying? This is so like last year.
Yeah.
And then so I think like that made me realize like I love being outside. I love being, like it's just hard for me to like stay inside all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even for like not even like whether it's for classes, like I went at online classes, I was just dozing off.
Yeah.
Camera off, you know what I'm saying? On
Yep.
Zoom.
Name only.
Yeah. Yeah. Even honestly, even for church too, that was tough. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, online church was
That was
disgusting.
hard. Yeah. So yeah, pre-vax, and then that's the thing. Like for me, I wanted to go to Korea, and I was planning, to do this. But some of my friends from high school, they actually went to Korea and they quarantined.
Yeah.
And they were like in Korea for a bit, but for me, I was like, dude, I wish I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously with work and all of that, it's sort of tough. But
Yeah.
I think overall pre-vax, like I honestly don't want to go back to that though.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to go back to that. Yeah.
Different for you?
Yeah, I mean, cause I'm like total opposite.
Sure, yeah,
I'm like
100%,
very introverted,
100%.
so I love spending time in my room. Like,
Yeah. That's totally fair. Yeah.
I could do it, but
I think I'm kind of in the middle. If I'm out too much, I like itch to go home, like to my room. But then definitely, if I'm in my room too much, like I'm itching to get out.
it's like that meme.
What's,
You're like,
what's the meme? Oh, when you're out,
yeah,
but you want to go home, and then when you're in bed, you're like,
go
oh, I
out.
just should have went out. I honestly, I feel like that a lot, and maybe that's just me being like not satisfied.
For sure.
I feel like maybe that's just my like, what's the word, like taking things for granted or stuff like that. Because whenever I'm out for too long, and I'm like with people, not that I don't want to be with them anymore. I'm just like I'm so drained.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like
you need to recharge.
yeah, and there will be like
Question: Is it like people that you don't know or who you're not close with? Like what kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Let me create the distinction.
Okay.
When it's people that I don't really know, drains me even more.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
for sure.
Cause I want to make sure that like, cause I'm very, like, my whole thing is I need to make sure this other person is comfortable.
Sure.
Like this other person they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Like even if that means that I'll like sacrifice a little bit, like I don't mind like putting stuff down for myself as long as this guy's good.
Right.
And if it's somebody I don't know, I obviously don't know
Right.
what their likes, what their dislikes are, what their personality is. So
Yeah.
I just very like I 맞춰줘 a lot.
Sure.
I just match them and do everything. But on the other hand, like if it's with like Eric or like somebody I'm really close with,
Right.
I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we can just be on our phones laying down for like hours and like I'm chilling.
Right.
Quality time.
Yeah. Not saying that it's not quality time with people I don't know.
For sure.
But it's like you're
yeah.
on full brightness.
Right.
Of course.
But then with me,
Yeah.
or like close friends,
Yeah.
you're like on low power.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great way to
That's
put
it.
it.
Oh, I like that. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a full brightness and that drains your battery a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely like I need to recharge. And
Right.
let's say like also with like being like Casey and president too.
Right.
I'm constantly meeting new people.
That's true.
And whether that be from different campuses or Biola here, like I'm constantly like on my toes.
Right.
Making sure that like, oh hi, how are you? Getting
Right,
to know
right.
them,
Yeah.
seeing like what their story is about,
Right.
and doing that. But obviously, like after a while, it gets so draining.
No,
So there's
100%.
there's times where I just kind of go MIA for a little bit, and that's something I've been trying to work on.
Sure.
Because like, us tying back to like COVID and stuff too. Pre-COVID, freshman sophomore year, I was like extremely extroverted. I needed to be around people constantly, 24/7.
Yeah.
And then going into COVID, I was like, I love being by myself.
Wow.
So that's where like I started like I would like go shopping by myself.
Oh, wow.
Put my AirPods in, just
Self-care.
walk around. Yeah, honestly, like I would do that. Like nowadays, like I just pop in my AirPods, walk around Irvine Spectrum. Walk
Really?
around South Coast,
Oh,
like,
wow.
do my thing. Like it's so relaxing to me.
Wow.
Sometimes I just go on drives by myself.
Dang.
Just windows down, music. But before, I would never be able to do that because I felt like if I wasn't doing something with somebody, I was wasting my time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I want to be doing this activity.
Right.
I want to be spending this time with another person.
For sure, yeah.
And that mindset made me think like, that's why I was so drained all the time. Because I was seeking that other person or other people to do it with.
I see.
But the moment I became content and happy with doing things by myself, that's when I was able to really kind of gain a better understanding of like my identity too.
Yo, that's good.
Because I wasn't like constantly searching for the next fix of an interaction with
I
somebody,
see.
but I was okay with just being in my room by myself. There were many times in COVID, I bought a nice Marshall speaker.
Yeah.
And then like when peak COVID, and I would literally just put it on and lay down in my bed and look at my ceiling.
Whoa,
I did that.
that's
I
a
freaking did that. I was like
Wait.
simp mode.
whoa, that's
But-
an interesting vibe.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
then I would do that every once in a while when I'm like mad stressed.
Oh wow.
I would just like do not disturb my phone.
Just in the dark.
So that, I try not to do that because I get in my head when I like in the dark.
Oh, you think?
But like I like natural light.
I see.
So I open all my blinds, just lay on the bed or the floor because my back hurts. But yeah, I think going back to it, pre-COVID to now, just being able to really be okay with being by myself was very huge.
Yo, that's
for
actually
me.
that's really good.
So I love my alone time. And I think if I didn't have that, I wouldn't like. Now I know what it looks like to cherish time with somebody else.
Ooh. Yo, I got like a
You know
little,
what I mean?
I got a little shinku, bro.
Like because like
I almost got emotional. That's good.
like I value my time now. So like not saying like my time is so much more valuable than another person's.
Right.
But now like I really cherish who I give my time to.
Right, dude, that's huge.
Yeah.
I think I was gonna sort of mention like I think for me it's like why I asked that question about like who who you hang out with. It really sort of drains. I think for me like now I've been really more calculative or like more distinct about who I hang out with, who I talk with. Because to be honest, it's like although it sounds so cruel, but also with just the time I have, like after work I only have like precious couple hours before I sleep and go back and do work. You know what I'm saying? So that time I have, I want to utilize it with like to so that I can have fun. You know what I'm saying? That I can chill, make more memories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard for me to sort of meet new people now. You know what I'm saying? Like outside, it's just, I don't know. It's just sort of different in my environment.
Yeah.
Because now you're not in school anymore.
Right, exactly. You know, it's really hard for me, and I'm not like, and I think I've been realizing about myself, like, dude, like and I think I heard this from older people too. Is like as you get older, like the group of friends like gets smaller, but I think it gets more refined. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a huge part. It gets more refined because with my group of friends, I'm just like I hang out with them a lot, and then I think those relationships got a lot more refined.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
and
facts.
I think a lot of the relationships I have, all my friendships I have, like I'll swear, like I don't hit them up, and not that I hate them or anything. You know what I'm saying? We're so good vibes, but it's just like they're like good vibes, but like
so good vibes. Caught a vibe.
But yeah, I think it's just like it's just like I need to think about. I want to choose to do this with a group of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, like if someone hits me up and like, yo, let's grab a coffee or something, like, dude, I'm totally down. But it's like from a day-to-day standpoint, I'm not like Monday I'm not meeting someone new. Tuesday I'm not meeting someone new. Anything. So
that like mindset, I have it as well too, right? So I kind of share my journey.
Okay.
I kind of went through like the fires of both ends.
Okay.
If I were to explain. So in the beginning portion of when I was first developing that kind of mindset, like my time is precious, X, Y, and Z, I entered into a mode of thinking where I'm like, this person is not worth my time. Like I'm gonna invest in friendships that I think will last the rest of my life.
Right.
And back then, like I saw nothing wrong with it. But like as I kept doing that, I realized that I was losing opportunities that were in front of me that I couldn't get if I'm only focused on one set of people.
Okay.
So like if I were to explain, so like I was so focused on hanging out with Eric.
Okay.
Or like X, Y, and Z people in my life that I wasn't hanging out with a lot of other people.
Like so, but when you say you weren't hanging out with the other people, were you not hitting them up, or were you just like, if they hit you up, were you like, oh nah?
Both.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why?
Because for me, I just felt like I didn't see myself being friends with those people
In the long term. Sure.
So
And
you
then-
just like gave up
Try
on
to-
it.
Yeah.
I see.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna just cut it off.
Okay.
But I realized the danger of that because I thought, hey, if I keep thinking like this for the rest of my life, I'm never gonna have like meaningful relationship. Because the people, like for example, like God places certain people in your life for certain seasons, and obviously they're not gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you don't cherish those people in that moment.
Dude, that's facts.
So for me, I wasn't cherishing people that I had in that space.
I see.
So for example, like to be completely honest, like in places that I was serving, I had the mindset of like, dude, caught under all the stress and the pressure, I was like, I'm over it. I'm never gonna see these people again.
Right.
Whatever. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna give my full 100. And thinking back, I saw how detrimental that was to not only like myself but them, because plain in fact, I was missing out on opportunities for me to like experience what God wanted me to see through those people, because I was so focused on one set. So like with that, like exactly what how you live your life right now, like good vibes with everyone. Like just because I don't see you right now or like often doesn't mean that like I don't care about you.
Right.
And I feel like I've encountered many people, like I've heard a lot of people like that too. I feel like, so they're like, oh yeah, you don't care about me because you're not hitting me up, or like you're not pursuing me, X, Y, and Z. And I feel bad because like I still care about you, but I just don't have the physical time capacity,
the bandwidth.
to do all.
What was that?
That's facts. The bandwidth.
Yeah, you like that word? You like that word?
That was good. That was good. Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth to do all that. So, like, I'm gonna cherish like the people I can hold in my palm too.
Yeah.
But the people that are out of my grasp, like, good vibes.
Right. No, for sure.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll cherish everyone. You know.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, one thing I noticed too is like I think as you know, like pre-COVID, and Eric knows too. You guys both know. Like when I was in school, I was crazy extroverted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would talk to anybody. I could be like, yo, I don't even know this person. I could be like, hey, what's up? I'm Brandon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think starting COVID, I started to realize, dude, I'm shy. I'm shy, dude. Like I don't know. It's so hard for me to do that now.
Were you extroverted in any setting, or like just like KCM, or like at church, like a certain setting?
I think, I mean,
Like, could you be a 7-Eleven and be like,
or
hey, I'm Brandon?
oh, dude. I think so. I think so. I could be like, or like, if the cashier was like, you know, like, you're like, oh, yo, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll be like talking. I could do small talk with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
but
Trader
now,
Joe's?
yeah, exactly. Oh, like Trader Joe's. Like, oh,
Trader Joe's, be friendly.
Oh yeah, they're like, yo, you like that? I'm like, oh, yo, this is bomb. Yeah. Blah blah blah. It's like we could be talking for a couple minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm Brandon, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like something like that.
Yeah.
You know. But now I'm like, was that good? Like, yeah. You know?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Like I don't know. I just feel like I got a little bit more introverted in that sense. So or I feel like
I relate.
in a sense it's like I guess there's a sort of middle ground balance. So I'm sort of I know I was more on like very extroverted, but I feel like slowly but surely I'm going to
Yeah.
ambivert.
I guess so. Yeah.
Isn't ambivert?
Ambivert?
Isn't that left hand, right hand writers?
Oh, that's ambidextrous.
Ambivert.
Ambivert.
Yeah, that's probably right.
So I mean, I'm curious about for Eric. Do you think you got more, I guess, extroverted in a sense?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, compared to sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
But
so?
still, even today, I went to church. I'm like going to my friend Nicole's church. Yeah, that was rough.
Why was it rough?
It's like, I don't know. It's hard for me to like initiate.
I think it's innately like it's in his like in like he's wired to be very introverted just in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing wrong with that.
of course.
not gonna lie, I've come across people where they're like, you gotta be more extroverted, bro. Like, it could be true in a sense, but then like don't try and change like,
No,
who that person is.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the TED talk about introverts, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I was like the oldest on the table, and then there's like 2 other girls, and they're like, one was like freshman, and one was like a junior.
So you was
It's just like
oppa?
Yeah. Yeah, and then like it just felt like I had to like initiate.
I see.
And I just like had so many. I just like think like so much, and I can never like do it.
I
Like
see.
I think about it so much, and it just doesn't come out.
I see. But do you want? What do you? I guess a question is: do you want to improve on that, or do you wish that you could be better on that? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Definitely, because I think it would just help me like. Yeah, in my career, like in my future, like getting to know people, like even if I'm alone and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to like do things like on my own, like with other people.
Like, it's hard for you to start some.
Yeah, especially if I'm by myself. Like if I'm with a friend, I can like kind of rely on them.
Right.
But like communication is just not my thing.
I see. You know, for me, like, I think ever since I graduated, it was sort of hard. I sort of felt shy, like, with, like look, people were still in Biola. I sort of felt like, not like outcast, but I'm like, oh, like, I feel like, I don't want to, like, squeeze myself in into some of the, some of the hangouts that you guys.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
it's like, oh, who's this guy? I don't want to be that guy.
Why is he inviting himself?
I know, like, I don't want to be, like, the person, like, squeezing into.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, like, it's just weird.
It's like, know your place.
Yeah, you graduate, do your own thing, kind of thing. So like in a sense, I sort of felt bad. I was like, I didn't know how to sort of balance that. There'd be some times where I'd meet some like 동생's like, oh dude, let's hang out. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm down. But it's just like for me, I'm like, it's sort of hard for me to be like, oh, do I hit him up or does this person hit me up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, there'll be moments like that, and then that sort of led me down the whole of like. Oh, like shoot, like where's my place? So I feel like I should only hang out with this group of people instead of I don't know.
Yeah.
That's sort of my mentality that I had. I don't know if that's a good one or a bad one.
I feel you on that. A lot of times, like for me, it's very like maybe. Okay, let me get personal, but I feel like this is where like this is a lot of like my like insecurity.
Sure.
I feel like if I'm not like invited to something, I feel like I'm not welcome there.
No, for sure, 100%.
And like, even if like they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like yeah, of course you can.
Yeah,
come.
dude. Oh my god.
Like yeah.
Bro.
Like of course, like you don't have to be invited. Like of course you can. Like I still feel like
100%.
I just don't feel like I'm in it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be accepted wholly.
No, for sure.
Or else I it's hard for me to give my all in like interactions.
No,
and
for sure.
conversations.
You sort of like thinking like, oh, dude, TFTI, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
yeah, like in the back of my head, like I'm like, I feel like I could have went. Or like I know that like it'll be okay for me to go.
Right.
But because I wasn't like formally like
I know.
in the chat like, yo Joe, you trying to come?
Right.
Like I'm not gonna be, I would never be like, so can I come?
Yeah,
I'm never gonna do that.
No,
and like maybe that's my pride
Right.
speaking, or like that's like my own selfishness, but I'm never gonna be like, is it cool if I roll through?
Yeah.
Like I'm anxiously waiting like, are they gonna ask?
I know,
like,
no.
Joel, you gonna come? Like, and then I'm like, okay, that's green light.
Yeah,
Like,
no, for sure.
I'm full send.
I'm like that too. Dude.
I don't like that yellow light. You know?
No, I think there's a lot of moments where I'm like, yeah, Brandon, because like, what happened is like, even in situations where like, whether my friend or even Michelle be like, hey, can Brandon come through? I don't want to come through anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm like, nah, I don't want to go anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that direct invite. You know what I'm saying? I need that direct invitation.
Yeah, especially like if you don't really know the
exactly,
other party too personally.
You know, I think that's a huge thing. It's like, and I think it's like for me, another thing too is like, just in general, like my style is like, if there's already like, if I go to a new place, right? If there's a new like community, if I go to like a new church or something, if there's already groups in like already made, and then like if there's already, if there's a cliques already, I'm like, dude, like I don't want you to force anything to put me in. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Like if it's sort of natural, I'm like, okay, cool, but like
I appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, just do your own thing.
But it's okay.
Yeah, like it is.
You don't gotta change what you're doing.
Yeah, I know.
For me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Just
cool.
do your own thing. Like, just totally cool. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's like my personality. I just don't like to like squeeze into things. Yeah.
But like in a church setting, isn't that what they do? Because like
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Like in the other church, I like
Church is so tough,
that's
bro.
interesting. That's a
I
good question.
hopped. Or like the first church I hopped to,
Right.
like it was kind of there was a lot of cliques and stuff.
Yeah, which is in every church.
Yeah.
of
Yeah, and
course,
then like it, like when I'm like by myself, I'm like it got me thinking like, oh, aren't they like supposed to like welcome you and like
Right.
you know, like, but like I don't want to. Like I have the mindset of like, oh no, it's fine. Like I'm fine by myself.
That's a
like,
good- that's
I'm
good.
not hurt, you know. So it's like, where's like the
Balance. Yeah.
It's always so tough because like some churches they're great at welcoming, welcoming team like.
Yeah.
Newcomer sign in,
Yeah.
get your email, they text you after service.
Right.
How was it for you today? Like
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
other churches, they're just like, where they at though?
Yeah,
you know what
no,
I mean?
for sure.
And I think it really depends on like how you receive that type of thing.
Right.
Because like I feel like for all of us three, like I don't mind if a church is like not as like overbearing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know there could be some people who are kind of like, oh, I feel like I wasn't welcomed.
Yeah.
So I feel like kind of, oh, maybe the church isn't for me, which is
Right.
totally valid.
Yeah.
So I feel like that church line, it's such like
It's like.
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it is. And
And
it's case
that's why
by
it's so
case
hard for
too.
churches too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, case by case.
Yeah, because I know one church that I went to my freshman year is like, it's a really big church. You know what I'm saying? Even like the
Just
kids,
tougher.
even the kids within that ministry, they didn't even know each other. Even for so how can they expect to know me? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really case by case, and I think,
Yeah.
of course, there's like not all church are perfect. You know, and then there's something like they need to improve on this. This church is too much or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And bigger churches, obviously, I grew up in a very small church. Like, and even though when I hopped around churches when I was growing up, I was always hopping around to like small churches,
Yeah.
small. And then when I came to California, and I now go to my church
It's
right
a
now,
mega church.
it's big. Like our church ain't a building; it's like a
Yeah.
campus. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And like, there's still so many people that I don't know.
No, for sure.
And in the beginning, like I was kind of in that small church mindset. I was like, bro, like I don't know anyone. I feel no sense of intimacy with my
Sure.
church
Yeah,
fellowship,
that's
my
interesting.
community. Like, is this right for me? And obviously, like, and that's where a lot of like God broke down a lot of like, it doesn't have to be right for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to make everything like match you? Like, learn how to be flexible. Like,
Sure.
like receive me in new ways.
Right.
And like seeing like this big mega church here, like my entire junior year, I went to my church right now. I was that guy, sit in the back real quick. As soon as the lights turn on after service over, I'm gone. Like, I'm bounced, I'm dipping. So that's my entire junior year, just observing and watching from a
see.
distance. And then my senior year, or like as the time went on, like I could kind of see like who's cool with who, like who's not cool with who. And then like my senior year, people in my class like reached out.
I see.
And I was like, oh, interesting. Like this is new.
Yeah.
And my perspective shifted a lot on like big churches. Like my heart wasn't as cold to like big churches
Right.
because, you know, it's impossible to know everyone.
Facts.
And know everything about them. And it's okay to like just be on acquaintance level
Right.
with some people at church. And the more and more like I've encountered so many people, I've learned that it's okay to not be like besties
Right.
with everyone. And going back to our previous conversation about like we vibe, like,
Right.
you know, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I may not be like super close with you, but you know we're under the same church, we're
Yeah.
in the same family. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Like I may not know your story like 100% in depth, but we vibe.
Right. It's
And
all
I
about
think that's
vibes.
like
It's all
the
about good vibes.
yeah,
Good vibes.
yeah.
Good vibes.
And it's like every church is difficult.
Yeah.
Like, every like school, every workplace, like just in life, like you're never gonna be on best friend level with
Right.
everybody.
Yeah.
that's
You know,
true.
and that's what makes those core few friendships that much more valuable
100%. 100%.
because they know you and you
Yeah.
know them, and yeah.
Wow. That's good.
44 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt like 5 minutes.
That's just the pre-vax stories.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Pre-vax.
What time is it? Should we
could.
do
Well, this will be
part one?
part one.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then
We still have an hour, so we could.
yeah. And then
we could talk about part two.
part 2 will be post-vax life.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it now.
Okay, right. Let's stop it on the same time.
1, 2, 3. Okay.